I remember one time I'd do it and I was like, I don't remember the scoop being that big. That's fucked. And I'd do it and it's in my mouth. And I can't get rid of it now. Like it's in my mouth. I didn't even think about it. And I have just dry scooped the biggest amount of BCAAs I've ever like done. And my mouth is like, I'm in this moment of like, spit it out, throw it up, deal with it. Or try to get these. By the way, I'm still trying to figure out what's in my mouth because I'm like, I know that ain't creatine. What have I done? Yeah. Show, and it is Morokai with 2 eyes. We're back on every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 a.m. on Spotify and 4:30 p.m. on YouTube. I got a couple of stories that I thought about the other day, and ever since I completely forgot about them. But I have not.
You bring them back up.
I'm cackling like there's no tomorrow because this just kept making me laugh. The way it happened isn't too funny, but the scenarios that
in itself is what is hilarious.
Long story short, I went out with a mate, and he. Look, he did a bit of drugs. I'm
not going to shy away.
I was trying to think of like a funny term for it.
How do I bring it in? He did ice.
But he went out a lot and would do MDMA, and then during the daytime he just smoked a lot of weed. So
just frying his brain.
Mate, literally. So I think one of them makes your heart go fast, the other one slows it down. So
it's just,
and not only that, he was studying a lot, so I think he was taking
his serotonin would have been
all over the place,
like so bad.
But man, it was something along the lines of he was even like our version of Adderall to study.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So constantly on everything. So it fried his brain to a point. He actually had to go. I don't know if it was a psych ward or somewhere. He had to go there for a little short period of time
because he sort of everything was who he was, didn't he?
It was out of whack. Yeah, it was really out of whack. Anyway, we didn't catch up a lot, but we caught up after that. Anyway, I took him to the gym. I was like, this is perfect. We'll catch up. We'll make sure we go get a bit of a workout on. I nearly started going like, we'll do arms, we'll do legs, and you're like, cunt, you just went to the gym. That's all you need to say.
It was sort of doing that thing is, again, like in the previous podcast, where you're like, you know the place you can like try on T-shirts, jeans, shorts,
yeah, change room cunt, yeah.
Please help me.
I appreciate when you take me out of my spirals. My girlfriend even messaged me, she's like, I'm listening to your podcast. Fuck you, spiral.
Just digging the trench.
So I went to gym, and I had no idea that this scenario yet. So his brain was pretty much fried, right? He had a bit of a reset. So he's going through this. I think he might have been on medication.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure. But either way, he was euphoric. He gets in my car.
It's very spiritual.
Oh, it was like he was high. I thought he was on drugs when he got in my car. But apparently this is common for someone to go, I wish I remembered what it was called. But I can't. So he would have these not mood swings, but some days he'd be up, sometimes he'd be down, but they weren't erratic. They weren't like, oh, he's happy, now he's angry. Now he's happy, now he's angry. I think he was just going through it. Anyway, so I'm sitting in my car, and he's just appreciating life and just everything's so
like
great.
Zen.
Touching me a bit too much, just being like, we're going to have a great session, mate. And I'm not used to this from him, and I'm kind of, this is weird, and I don't like it.
It's like the old guy back.
I remember taking him to gym, and fuck me, I'm on leg press. I'm trying to focus.
You have to for the leg press.
You really do, bro. There's so many things that can go wrong in the leg press. I'm trying to do my set. He is bent down so close to my face, being like, you've got this, bro. You've got this. Breathe. 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 And it was it was to the point that I was uncomfortable that
you just ended up getting
I stopped the set because I'm like, I don't want people at my gym to see this guy nearly kissing me, giving me motivation.
You're a really good daddy.
And we went past someone, and like a couple of people I know, I was like, hey man, good to see you. And we walked past.
Yeah, just a very casual, which is what you do at the gym, by the way. I would like the head nod.
And
the
he
wave.
would go, what was his name? I was like, oh, doesn't matter, it's Mark. And he'd be like, okay. And I'd turn around and be like, next man, we're just going to do some hammer curls. And I'd turn around, where has he gone? He's followed Mark to go introduce him and tell Mark how great he is and just to appreciate life. And I'm like, Oh my fucking
I
god!
would hate that. I would hate that so much if you're at the gym and just some random guy comes. You're like, I know your Luke's, mate. But just, dude, massive arms. Looking really good today.
You're looking smack.
You know what? Maybe have a great day. You enjoy yourself. I'll be like, the fuck was that?
Oh, I think it was
Mid-set too would annoy the fuck out of me.
bro. There was a day I took. I remember a friend got it, and he'd get it from India. It was a different version of Adderall, and Adderall makes you just want to study. It makes you want to focus.
Yeah, like just locked
want to get
in,
things
focused.
done. Bro, this thing was like a serotonin booster for me. I would get it. I would want to do nothing but work. Like find work, do something productive, while not only just being in the best mood ever, being just trying to let everyone know, like I want to have a conversation.
Any crash from that?
Oh, hard.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had it once where it was middays. I set up so much work, and midday I crashed, and I couldn't believe it. I set up a day and a half's work of work that I didn't have to, but because I was on this, I was like ready to go. And then I crashed. I was like, who's going to do all this work? I
can't do it. Where's Bob?
Oh, babe, it was that. It's the best thing I've ever taken. Modafinil.
Oh, yeah, just like that. I just remembered it.
Good. Yeah, well, I think because I've wanted to get it before, but the way you got to get it is you got to go through cryptocurrency and then buy it internationally, and you can't get too many because you don't want it to go through customs. And it's not a massive punishment, but it's still enough for me to be like, I don't want to get involved. Deal with that. Yeah. But fucking shame, man. I'd be taking that all the time. It was like
the goated.
That was it was my best self, and I'm not kidding. I was my best self.
Holy shit!
It's like the time I went and worked out. I was my best self when I had the 1 scoop of pre-workout and like 2 off-brand energy drinks. I told you I was at the gym, and I was my best self ever. Right. And then after, I just wanted to die.
I remember going to the gym with you, and because you and I used to try out like a different pre-workouts, and it used to be always anywhere from 2 to 3 scoops. We were like, fuck it, like let's just fucking have a great session. I'll never, ever forget the day we go there. I can't even remember what brand it was. I'm just like, 3 scoops of this apple pie flavoured protein. I mean, like, I've never tried that one before. That sounds good. Have it, getting changed. Midway through the first set, I reckon we're doing bloody like preacher curls.
Yeah.
Just be like, bro, I got to go to the toilet. You're like, yeah, man, no stress at all. Just going to the toilet and fucking throwing it. I've never felt so shit in my like pre-workout. Like your head, and like if you've had it before, usually it should be a bit of a high stim. I might get like a bit of a shake, but I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna feel real powerful, strong. Complete my guts. I felt sick. I don't know what the fuck was in that, but just like. The worst I've ever had for. I don't know if you've ever had a bad pre-workout story where like you've had it and it's just been an instant like, oh no, like I feel fucking bad. Like I don't feel good. I think I've had it
a couple of times like a new flavor that I've taken and I haven't had a good enough water ratio. For me, if a good pre-workout is either I dry scoop it so I don't have much taste, or it's a big like proper 600 ml to a litre bottle and it's full of ice and it's one big scoop.
Yeah, so it's nice ice
cold. I've maybe spent like 15, 20 minutes drinking it on the way to gym.
Yeah.
Love doing that. Yes. Love that. But if I've just got room temp water in a 500 ml bottle and I've got to down it, it's not the same, especially if it's a bad flavour. I think one of the like C4, one of the pink flavours, like a pink lemonade or something like that, real bad. And then one time after clubbing, I went to the gym and I got like 4 scoops of pre-workout to try to focus me. And that was the dumbest thing ever. The worst time, I was taking creatine, and I hate creatine in my water. People are like, oh, you can't taste it. For me, I don't know why. I can taste it.
For me, it's a very flowery taste.
Yeah, exactly. So when I started learning the right way to dry scoop, I would dry scoop my creatine. And it was enough where I put it on the tongue, and at the start I was fucking it up, so it was the worst. And that's when I nearly throw up. But I got a full mouthful of water.
Yep.
And then I would put my head down, swig it around my mouth real quick, and then swallow.
Yeah,
because if I just downed the mouthful, sometimes it would miss half of my tongue and get like. I'd still get dry parts of the creatine.
Yeah.
And I'd be like
stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Literally.
Like,
so after I learned to do it well, I was like, oh, cool. There's only a bit of a bad aftertaste, but it's like 3 seconds max. I remember one time I do it, and I was like, I don't remember the scoop being that big. That's fucked. And I do it, and it's in my mouth. And I can't get rid of it now. Like, it's in my mouth. I didn't even think about it. And I have just dry scooped the biggest amount of BCAAs I've ever done. And my mouth is like, I'm in this moment of like, spit it out, throw it up, deal with it. Or try to get these out. By the way, I'm still trying to figure out what's in my mouth because I'm like, I know that ain't creatine. What have I done? Yeah.
There was wasabi on this. Oh, shit.
I still remember one time I was just in the bathroom and I get out of the bathroom. As I open up the toilet door, there's this guy full on, phone up, flexing in the mirror. And the minute I opened the door, because I opened it kind of quickly, embarrassed, like he was so hyper, so he dropped his phone in the sink, and he just tried to casually pick it up and just be like, nothing's happening. But it's like,
just own it. Yeah. Like seriously, at that stage, just own it.
You got to, don't you?
You have to.
Yeah,
it's more awkward when you make. It's awkward when you make yourself feel awkward because someone's walked in on you. Because I feel like everyone's had that moment in the gym where like, you might be flexing them and being like, oh, hang on a sec, and then someone walks in, you're so like. I look like
kind of casually play it off.
Yeah.
You try to be like, no, I was just turning around casually.
Yeah, I'm just undressed. But back to our friend at the gym.
Yeah.
What else happened to this, mate?
Oh, mate, there's endless amounts, and I don't want to dox him.
I'm trying. You don't have to, but
so, do you know what else happened on that gym session?
Here we go.
Because he was feeling so euphoric. And like, we're driving back, and I'm like, just thank God we got
yeah, like knackered. I'm glad the session's done.
Get the windows down, and he just loved having the window down, flexing his arm out, and kind of just like banging on the top windows. Like, I don't get why like, people don't like just fucking enjoy the music and like play music more out loud, like from their cars. Like, who fucking cares what they got playing? Proceeds to turn my music right the way up. And I remember being like parked at a red light dealing with this fucker and just being like, what the fuck? And like a P plater, like 4-wheel drive pulls up. And of course I'm like cringing. I'm like, oh my God, this isn't like, I feel like, and he's just tensing, like playing one of my emo songs because that's all I had.
I don't fucking care.
Maybe it was Black Bear. Honest to God, old school Black Bear.
It's like literally, he's like, pretty little man. I remember I did that to Ariana Grande The Way with someone. I was just like, I'm playing this. And then there were like another car just like looking at me as I'm jamming on, being like looking at me genuinely being like, the fuck is wrong with this bloke?
Oh, Jesus.
I hate that when you have people in your car though and they're just like loud and obnoxious and you're the driver of the car. Because you're just like, don't make a scene, don't fuck. And they're like, man, come on, fucking turn it up. And you're just like, oh my fucking God. Or they'll have the windows down and someone might be walking and then they just like yell out the window constantly and you're just like, oh, fuck my life. Fuck my life so much. Granted, I have also been that guy. I used to do it with the nice Gary all the time. I remember driving past someone was going on a run, sorry. Like near like one of the shops, but they didn't have their headphones in. And we're getting like really close. I think we're doing like 40. I'm just like there, I'm like, nice Gary! Like that, and I'm running all like sort of thing. Love doing that. Love fucking doing that. Or you get a bike ride and you honk them. I wouldn't recommend doing that, by the way, but like as a bit of a giggle, it's good.
There can be
fucking hate bike riders on the road though.
There's an article that came out the other day. This woman's going to jail for I think it might just be murder, straight up murder, because this woman's riding her bike on the road and it's in England, and this woman just goes, get off the road! Like yells at you, and everyone says it in Australia all the time. I've got people that drive past
all
and they,
the time,
like kind of even open their door a little bit to nudge them. Like people are brutal. Anyway, this woman just goes, get off the road, go on the path. And look, for a lot of people, it's a valid point. The path's there for a reason. But anyway, when she did it, she frightened her, so she quickly turned her handlebars, and by doing that, got clipped by a car, and she died.
Holy shit.
So someone yelled at her, scared her.
All right, well, definitely don't do that.
Maybe she should have been on the path.
Have you seen the infamous video of that guy of the bike ride. He's like on the pathway and the guy's like fixing his car. He like hits the guy. He's like, yeah, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like cracks the shit.
But there's so many. It fucks me up how people like. There's
It's
so
usually
many
in
viral
the
moments.
UK, I swear. Bike riders in the UK must be mad because there's only ever clips from
I love that
the UK.
clip in the
The guy's getting chased.
no, the UK where it's obviously soccer's fucking huge. Over
Massive.
There. It is fucking massive.
It's their sport.
It is but they're at a football stadium. And they've got a minute of silence, and it's two rival teams. Everyone's just quiet as anything, and it's like, say you've got the Bears and the team, the opposite team. Halfway through, you see someone from the opposing side be like, "Fuck you, Bears!" And there's this guy on the ground. He's like, "Oh, you knew that was going to happen. You knew that was going to happen." And they're just screaming, bro. I would die if I had a friend that during a moment of silence piped up.
Oh, that'd piss me off.
Oh,
That'd actually be like one of the worst things that could happen.
I would want to punch on.
It'd be so because everyone just neck snap and turn.
Can we talk about I am so uneducated on this topic and I don't give a fuck. I'm ready to go deep. Why? Why do we focus on the royal family?
No, you know what? That's a great thing because I
Why?
don't give a fuck about.
I don't give a fuck that you're on my money. I don't give a fuck what happens in your personal life. I don't even understand what reign you have over Australia. I don't get it. I don't get what decisions you make change our system. I don't get it. Why are you famous? You don't do anything funny. None of you've ever made a joke. None.
One of them looks like they're half dead.
The Queen?
No, well, no, she is dead. No,
Nah, she's still kicking it.
the Queen.
I'm pretty sure she's still alive. There would have been shit all over
Bro,
the
you're
news.
taking the fucking piss, right?
$5 bet?
Dude, yeah, I'm happy to bet $5 because I know for a fact she's dead. You're taking the piss.
No, $5 bet. I don't think she's dead. Let me Google it. I've got my phone.
Dude, she's fucking dead.
I bet I would have been on the news way more.
Bro.
I've seen more of Meghan
You're
Markle.
taking the fucking piss.
Meghan Markle's
Dude,
the apparent
fucking
culprit.
dead.
$5 bet.
Mate, $5 bet.
Search
She's
your phone
fucking
name.
dead.
And don't just search the Queen dead. Write the Queen and go news, current, and see, because it might be like she's having crumpets with, I don't know, she loves cows. I know that. For some reason she has a fascination about cows.
Mate, she's fucking dead.
No, she's not.
Dude, you're taking...
I would have seen a lot more because if I see them on the news all the
Mate,
fucking
she
time,
died just before your birthday. Queen Elizabeth II was born on the 21st of April, 1926.
Yeah.
She died on the 8th of September, 2022.
I would say good innings, but I think it's still going. Show me the article.
Mate, she's fucking dead.
Show me the article. I feel like you're lying.
Mate, are you taking the piss?
Elizabeth too.
Mate, she's dead. We now have a king. He should be on our money soon.
Oh, is that old bloke?
Yeah, the old dude who also looks like he's gonna die.
Okay.
Then Prince Harry's like doesn't want to be part of the royal family or some shit.
Well, he's married to the girl from Suits.
Wait, what?
Did you not know that?
No.
So you didn't see all the shit with the baby? Apparently, the Queen was worried about the color of the baby.
No, I heard about that.
Isn't that fucking dumb though? Like
It is dumb.
every part of it. I don't. It's the same with when people go and visit the Queen's Guard and you can't touch the horses or the. Oh, don't get me wrong. I hate the people that do because they're just fucking annoying.
Don't do that.
You don't do that. But why are they there? Who are they? If shit hit the fan, they're not doing anything.
They just stand there just
Are you,
chilling.
there is if there was an actual riot,
Yeah.
those people on the horses, the guard, I seriously think with their swords, they're not getting far.
Probably not, but I don't know. I'm not going to try.
It'd take one confused American student who's been getting bullied to just go across there.
Oh, dude.
Am I right though,
Yeah, probably. I mean,
mate? Fucking.
well, I don't really understand the royal family. I don't see why we give them so much attention.
I don't know.
Myself, like they do nothing for me, and I really couldn't give a fuck
But
about
if
any
they
of them.
do, they? I have no idea if they do or not.
I just know that they're on my money. Like that's seriously, that's to the extent of how much.
It's an actual crime that Carl Stefanovic, Hamish and Andy. Oh, definitely Steve Irwin isn't on our money.
Oh, I like where you're going with that. Well, Steve Irwin should definitely be on our money.
Without a doubt.
Definitely.
I don't think of any other Aussies. Maybe Kiosk.
It'd be such an uproar if he was on our money. I'd be all about
give
it.
him the 5-cent piece.
I'd be all about him
Give him the
being on
5-cent
our
piece.
money, but like the uproar of that would be massive.
Yeah. That is pretty massive.
It'd be interesting if like our money was changed and all that.
What's
Like,
America got?
actually-
America's just got green. It's all green.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
like green paper
Pennies
bills. You can
and-
actually like rip their money in half.
Yeah, it's a fucking
And
effort
so-
to rip our money in half.
Yeah, dude, it's hard.
Mm.
It's bloody hard as.
Going back to it, right? The Queen's Guard, or just something along those lines where all the higher-ups are.
Yeah.
With American school shootings going on like crazy, right? It's basically a norm, which is weird, okay? And then you hear
It
that
is.
and in UK it's a norm for stabbings,
Yes.
okay? If you did have that one unique person, like let's say they're from America and they've come over to UK, I don't think they have defenses for that, would they? Because I'm seeing now in America in the schools, they're getting their whiteboards are now set up that you can drag them out to a secret, like it creates a room that's it's a bulletproof room.
Yeah, shit.
So if you had a whiteboard that's connected to the edge of a wall, say in the corner, right? So you got it going both ways. You grab onto the middle of that whiteboard, pull it out, and it creates one square, which is a room. So that's where all the kids will go and hide.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
shit.
that's fucking next level, like just insanity. But it did make me think, for somewhere like UK that doesn't have shootings, or somewhere like here that doesn't have shootings, does it take just one troubled kid to go over there and do damage? Because where's your defenses if you're not used to it?
Well, I guess yes.
Because now in America, the police are straight onto school shootings, as in they arrive immediately. But in UK, I'm telling you now, if there was a shooting here in a school, it's so out of the norm, the police wouldn't be there in a minute. But America, it's like so set up.
I'm just trying to.
It's like they've got a button for it, like school shooting, go.
Yeah, which that's fucking crazy. Well, it's so much harder to obtain a gun here.
Yeah.
And all that though. Like you can't just rock up to, but even in the US it's weird because like, well, not like weird, like it makes perfect sense actually. But like they have like the like metal detectors in so many schools now. Before you can even like enter the premise. Like imagine that, like your actual airport security, but like when you're going to like school, bro.
I wonder how many kids
If I was
would just not go back to school.
well,
with
I wouldn't.
like just the anxiety of
Not a fucking chance,
the anxiety,
dude.
even if there was an attempt, right? And you're all locked in a room, the door's locked, and you have to wait till the police to come. Bro, I don't think I'd be able to casually go back to school.
Nah, that thought's staying with you forever, dude.
Yeah.
It's just it's a scary. Yeah, which maybe that's why I don't know. I could be wrong when I say this, I'm a bit naive, but to me it makes more sense why you hear how it's just like, oh no, I'm homeschooled.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fucking oath. Like I wouldn't.
I
Like going to a public school being at risk of dying. Like, and that's shit, because like that's a sad reality of going to school in the US.
It'd make a lot more sense if you were it's just a social side, isn't it? But if you were very switched on, if you were highly educated, homeschooling seems way better than going to the public schools. The public schools is for the social side.
I was going to say, I feel like that might be the only thing that you'd lack is social skills.
Definitely.
By being
Without a doubt.
homeschooled.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And then how does that work? Like, do the people that are homeschooled then also have school holidays and holiday? Like, how does that work?
I think maybe it's a legal requirement. I swear I spoke to someone about this who homeschools their kids, and I think I don't know if it's called a syllabus or they have to go through a certain amount of work that is required.
Okay.
for homeschooling. They can't just be like, all right, homeschool and do what you want. Like there's
It's actually like
there's a little bit of a structure that they have to make sure they go through.
How does that even work? Say like you're in like year 11, 12. Like how do you like? Is there somehow like homeschool exams? Like how like?
I'm sure that there's a place you could go for those exams.
Yeah, okay.
There'd have to be. But the person I met who said they homeschool their kids, they get them involved in so many social sports.
Okay,
They
right.
said that's what they do. They said they sign them up for like footy, baseball, cricket. Like they do all of them.
Yeah.
Because there's no other social outlet.
It'd be interesting. Like it's a whole different world.
It is.
You know, like it's unknown to like
depending on your parents too. Because think about it, if I go back to primary school, like primary school in general, like say grade 6, without a doubt, everything crucial that I needed to know could have easily been smashed out in 2 hours at home.
Oh, most definitely.
Maybe less.
Most definitely.
And there's days where there was not learning in any
No,
way.
but then there's no footy with the boys.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So there's no playing with Hot Wheels.
But now, with video games and how many video games there are.
Yeah. It's ChatGPT doing an absolute number.
Absolute fucking number on it.
It is, yeah, it's scary. Very scary. Did you see actually, just may as well just spar on here, but did you see there was a 13-year-old that passed away from, have you heard of chroming?
I did see that. Isn't it when you do something to do with a paint can or like huff a paint can?
Paint can and deodorant.
That's it. And what are you doing? You're huffing it? Or
I guess you're just sniffing it and it somehow like gets you like this weird high, but it fucking kills you.
Yeah, there was a girl that died from it, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's so many things that there's like a small % chance, but no one really takes it into an account. It's like there's that guy in Australia who fucking, for some reason, ate a slug as a dare at a party.
I've heard about this.
He ate a slug and he got paralyzed, and then he got to the point where it infected his brain and he died.
Yeah.
From a dare. Like someone dared him to eat the slug. Imagine being the person that fucking dared him.
Oh, dude.
You can't.
How do you live with yourself?
How do you?
Because you wouldn't be expecting the fallout to be that. Cause, well, it's fucked in the sense. I guess like in France they do cook snails, but like you can eat snails.
No. Well, that's
Like,
you know how I was talking about the small % chance. This was
like
he should have. I think he should have been like it wasn't good, but I think that slug. I think it was something to do with a rat. So there was a rat that maybe
like is like infected the slug.
Yeah, like
or something
the slug maybe ate part of the rat, or
like the rat shit or something.
Literally something
like
along those lines. So that connected to the There's all these.
Like, I've heard a story about like someone who like got dared to like maybe eat like bird shit, and that's like really toxic like to like a human's like, I guess like just
really
like organs and shit.
And
like it does like an absolute number on you.
That's fascinating.
Not that I would ever want to be dared to do that anyways, but yeah.
Well, I remember watching. I think it was one of the Survivor shows that might have been like 30 Days or Naked and Afraid, something along those lines, where it's two people that are chucked in the wild, and it's full on brutal conditions, and it's 30 days. And if you think about it, right, it's not as simple as, oh, I'm gonna use my knife to cut up this stick, and then I'm just gonna quickly go in and throw it at a couple of fish, start my own fire.
Well, if it was that easy, everyone would be on it.
Literally, and not only that, a lot of the other contestants, like say on Survivor, they get given like a fishing rod for completing a challenge, or they start off with a knife.
Yeah, this is like you're doing everything yourself.
Yeah, and
with just the resources that you're like in front of you.
And Survivor, especially now, if it's like gone 3 days and you haven't eaten, they're giving you food on the side. They're literally like, you need to be healthy.
You need to be somehow malnourished.
Yeah. This one, they're pretty brutal. Because the contestants are actually survivalists. Like, they have some level of experience.
Okay, right.
But anyway, there was one I watched where they're in the forest and it was just raining the entire time. It did not stop raining. So the hypothermia, being cold, they couldn't cook anything because it was so hard to get
light a fire.
Literally. And this guy finally found a bird, and ate the bird, and he cooked the bird, and there was something in the bird's brain that infected him, and he had to go to hospital because he
Wow.
ate that. And part of me was like, are the producers and the people behind it who are filming have to go through this food and be like, that's a Tarraganian fucking mountain bird. You actually can't eat that. Or look at the feather. It's got a blue feather. You can actually eat this one. No, that sounds silly, but just going through and making sure. And I guess it slipped through the cracks with this guy and it just infected his system. And I think he was in hospital from that for 3 months. Fuck. Yeah. I'm like, fuck.
That's
me.
ridiculous.
Yeah. And it's not, depending on some of the terrains were a lot different for people. Like it was a lot easier for people to do the 30 days when they're kind of on a beach where they can try to get fish. And then they can try to get one animal. Different. But then some people that are in the forest.
Especially if you're like not that familiar as well.
You gotta watch out for snakes and crap like that.
Yeah, true that. Ooh. Trying to like live off like hopefully like berries, like mushrooms that aren't poisonous. Like all that sort of shit.
You got to know which berries are the
because
berries.
You're fucked if you don't. What's I actually hate this show. Help I'm a Celebrity to get me out of here because it's never like proper celebrity.
Fucking god!
Mate, do you know that Nathan from Geordie Shore's on there?
Do you know the Australian boxer Harry Garside?
Yeah, he's on it as well. Yeah,
mate, I can't believe they've put Nathan from Geordie Shore on there because anyone who watches Celebrity, I can't see them knowing Nathan.
No. Not a chance.
There's so many celebrities on there. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Or you're
dude, no, but that's right. That's Help I'm a Celebrity to get me out of here in general, though, dude. If you look back at all their seasons, even probably their premiere season, I feel like there's like maybe like one celebrity that you are like, yeah, I know, I definitely know, and then the others you're like, oh, I mean, like, yeah, I don't know if I'd call you a celebrity.
But is that because we don't have the shows over here are just nothing compared to America's show? Like, America have that many amazing shows that I guess there's so many celebrities.
There's a lot of choice.
Yeah. But here, a lot, it's the
same as the NBA, man. Like, the NBA will be like, oh, we're crossing over to, like, our people sitting courtside, these celebrities, or like it's the NBA All-Star Weekend. And I remember going through and I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, who are you? But I don't know if that's because it could be like maybe it's an American morning TV show host. It could be their version of like Carl Stefanovic or David Koch or Sonia Kruger or some shit.
Yeah, because there's so many fucking celebrities.
Mate, there's just that many bloody shows in general.
Well, I couldn't believe that they got Dom from Married at First Sight on there. Like,
I've just heard bad things about
scraping the bottom of the barrel there.
Yeah, well, Dicko's on there, a former Australian Idol judge.
Yeah.
I was like watching, I'm like, holy shit, it's Dicko. Like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, none of
I can't believe that Harry Garside's on there. Like, I can because it's him. Like, he doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks of him.
Mm.
So I can, but, like, the fact that, like, he's such a good boxer and all that, it's just like, oh, I'm shocked that he took, like, time off training and all that to...
Well, this will grow his status even more, I guess. So
true, but I saw that his coach came out and his coach was like mad as at him for going on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just like, I can't believe that he's doing this. Like, he's in such a good position to like challenge for like a title and all that. Like, he's just kissing it away. If he was really devoted to the sport, there's no way that he would have been on the show.
He's pretty close with his coach. His coach is like an old
like
school.
They're really close. Like, yeah, his coach was really mad at him, dude. There's a whole article about us. No bullshit.
Surprised the coach even said that though.
Well, I'm a bit like,
it's not a good look.
It's not because I don't know. Because Harry did pretty well at the Commonwealth Games.
He got bronze,
and then he was doing quite well.
Well, he's doing
outside of that because then he changed his boxing from the I don't know. It's like now he went from amateurs to pro or like pro to amateur. Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so he's on the bigger cards now. Like, I think he was under Paul Gallen and things like that. So he's on the higher shows. But the thing is, one of the fights I watched, because he's very points based when he went to the Commonwealth Games.
Yes, that's correct.
When you're at the not the Commonwealth. I know he's
competed Olympics. Sorry,
boxing. It's
completely different. Yes,
you are going for points. If you get a knockout, that's just a bonus. But no one's going for a full on knockout. You're trying to gain as much points.
Just get some hits in,
literally, and make sure you don't get hit as much. So when I watched him go to a different level when it was pro, these guys are trying to go for the flashy knockout and trying to make sure they hurt their opponent. So it was funny, like, he's so fucking fast. Like, his speed is
he's quick.
Next level. But he didn't have the
power,
power behind it.
Yeah.
But what was confusing, while it was super impressive, one of his fights, one of the most ridiculous stoppages I've ever seen. It was like it was rigged. And it was a classic boxing moment because in Australia, he's their new guy. Like, it's very clear Australia boxing.
They're trying to push him.
That's the next...
Like, aside from, like, Tim Taizu.
Yes.
And, like, Tim Taizu is, like,
exactly.
younger brother.
They're like, oh, Harry's got the looks. Like, he looks like the
way that he holds himself, the way that he speaks in the media. Like,
yeah, he's
like the perfect poster boy.
He's got it all. So one of the fights that stopped, I was like, is this one of these rigged moments because they need him to win? And it's not like he was losing. I'm not saying he was losing, but this
just seemed a bit
stoppage,
like...
bro, even the fighter on the other side, I was like, what the fuck? He covered up for like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Oh, I'm going to need to watch it back, but I even remember going, who the fuck would stop a fight there?
Yeah, okay.
Which was a shame. And it's just another boxing, just you wonder how rigged it is.
Yeah, one of those like, hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's interesting. It's very interesting. I think boxing in Australia, though, is like just interesting in the sense of there's so many like ex-rugby players that are coming out to do like boxing. It's just out of the blue, and they just somehow like get like the main event.
I don't think you sent this to me. Did you see Tommy Fury's next opponent?
Yes, I did see. What the fuck's up with that? Why? Like, why is that even a thing? That makes no sense.
Can you say the name?
Is it Liam Payne?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what?
One Direction.
But how, dude?
I don't know. I think because
and Tommy Fury's like beefier now.
Yeah, I think
like he's like real stocky.
I think it's because one time on Impulsive when Liam Payne was on there, Liam Payne came off as the biggest flog.
He did.
Like when he went on Impulsive, everyone's like, this dude is a wanker who's acting like such a tough guy, and he really acted like One Direction
do you reckon he was
built
fucking
around
drunk
him.
too?
Oh, maybe.
I reckon he was definitely like, or at least tipsy.
Yeah,
because I was just like, man, you're talking some fucking nonsense.
He came off as a flog.
He did.
Anyway, he kept saying, I swear on that episode, he said he would beat Tommy Fury or he would beat KSI. Maybe it was KSI. He said he'd take out KSI very easy. So maybe that's got something to do with it. But I
just feel like it's so left field though. I thought the next fight would be, well, because Jake and Tommy said that they wanted to do a rematch. But then I also saw that this morning that
Jake's fighting Nate.
Going against Nate. If that's...
How uninterested are you now that he's lost?
Yeah, a little bit. But I'm also like, dude, in my head... This is what fucks me with the Jake versus Nate, though. Because in my head, I'm like, Nate will fucking... Like, you're going to get killed.
Boxing?
Well, see, that's the thing. That's like, I'm thinking of just like a fight in general. I'm forgetting that it's an actual boxing match.
No, he won't get killed boxing. Jake will win.
Really?
I think Jake will win. Nate's getting too old, especially watching him from his last fight. And his stance is too wide. I can't see him as a boxer going up against Jake, who's been doing nothing but primarily trade boxing. I'm not kidding. I think Jake wails on him. And
how does that go for Jake moving forward in the boxing space? Or is it? I
don't care ever since he lost.
Yeah, okay, right.
I could not care less.
Yep.
I don't. It's now the magic ride's like done for me. Like this would have been like, oh, is Nate going to be the person to end it? Because in my head, I'm like, nah, Jake's got Nate, but I'd be rooting for Nate because I want him to end that streak.
Yeah, gotcha.
But now that it's done by Tommy Fury of all people, I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to watch it. It needed to.
His moment's sort of gone.
I could not give two fucks about KSI versus Joe Santana or whoever he is.
Oh, yeah, I don't even, some dude.
I couldn't care less.
Some guy.
Could not care less. What? Why? Why did Jake shouldn't have fought Tommy and KSI, I think Joe Fontana or something. KSI is fighting a boxer who has a pro record. Couldn't care. It should have been KSI and Jake, and it's done. And now Logan's fighting Darren Till.
I don't know who that is, sorry.
It's a UFC fighter.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's now all gone into a bit of a mess.
I just feel like the whole YouTube boxing space and primarily I don't know if it sucks is the right word to say, but because Jake Paul has lost, it's sort of just like now, like, it's like, okay, well, that's done.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know.
Is it DAZN or whatever KSI's boxing event is? They're trying to change it up constantly, which I get. Like, you need to make sure.
They're trying to stay ahead.
People are like, "Oh, it's not real boxing doing tag team boxing." I'm like, yeah, this all started with YouTubers fighting. Stop it. They know that they need to fill the seats, and doing stuff that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
is
doing stuff that's like not normal.
They're even trying to get a YouTuber called Boogie2988 and Wings of Redemption, both
that.
So massive.
Saw that.
That fight doesn't happen. Two things. I've been watching Wings of Redemption since I was 16, and he won't make the commitment to go out and actually do the boxing match. Secondly, it will not get passed or sanctioned anywhere, because if one of them just simply falls over, they're going to break bones in their body. Mate, I get fucking puffed out all the time. Them throwing punches, mate. I couldn't imagine having a body like that and being able to go more than 30
hard.
seconds.
Way too hard. But I just don't think both of them being the people that they are, I just think that it gets scrapped anyways.
I don't think it makes it.
And the problem is this match between those two in 2023, who actually gives a fuck about either of them?
Well, that's the thing. They're both doing it because they need to get paid.
Yeah, but this needed to happen years ago, man. Yeah. Like a long time ago.
Wings of Redemption now, his channel is literally just getting trolled. Like, the whole point of him streaming, no one watches because they like him. They watch because they want to see a reaction of him getting angry. Boogie2988 fucked his career so badly. He was like the Mr. Rogers of YouTube. Like, everyone loved watching his opinions. And then he sat on the fence on so many things, and it was just a bit of a pussy with a lot of stuff. And, mate, it's one of those scenarios, right? 4.6 million followers or subscribers, and now his video's lucky to smash 20K
that's
views.
The same as, oh my God. He was a Call of Duty YouTuber. No. He had like, was it a goat?
Oh, White Boy 7th Street.
Dude, yeah. He was massive.
Massive.
Like, huge. And then, I don't know, didn't he get, like, done for, like, possession of weed, and then it just, like, went to the shithole for him?
Yeah, he did. He got swat. I think it's fucking crazy to think that back then all you needed was to be able to record your voice and have the gameplay itself, and you stood out. Now, you need, like, a production company. You need everything.
Dude, what's the thing? Because, like, even, like, back to our YouTube days, granted, a lot of it was called YouTubers for myself because that's what I watch. But, like, someone like an X-Jaws was massive for me.
Yep. Yeah,
and then he just, like, fucking fell off a cliff, or, like, I don't know, he had problems with drugs or some shit.
Yeah, he tried to go in the celebrity space and failed miserably. And then
like, I Fly and I.
Oh, yeah.
Then he got done for, like, ranking or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Raw Instinct, who was copying I Fly and I's video, or, like, some bullshit as well.
I remember that.
Like, copy for copy or some shit.
Yeah, well, what was crazy was, before we go, Call of Duty videos were fucking massive.
They were massive on the space, especially that era of YouTube.
Yeah, and a guy... So, and what was huge was...
Like, the commentating scene was massive too,
if there was something that happened with the trophy system in Call of Duty, or maybe there was just one good attachment. Like the how-to. One good attachment, like the silencer, an in-depth video, and people would make heaps of them. Now, no one cares. But back then, it was fucking
that was like
huge.
T-Mart with his tips and tricks.
Yeah.
And like his like hidden spots on map series.
Exactly. And then Raw Instinct, he did those type of videos, right? And then a guy called iFlyInI, I think, made a whole exposing video showing that all this guy did Raw Instinct was watch maybe 3-4 main YouTubers and just copy them. Thumbnail for thumbnail, mainly T Martin, thumbnail for thumbnail, video for video, and just changed up a little bit, and no one really noticed. He made this video, it blew up, he got massive off it, and he, in fact, did Call of Duty tips and tricks as well. So everyone flooded over to him. This guy was in either the Navy or the Air Force.
Yeah, he was in like one of the higher ups.
Yeah, I think it might have been the Air Force. So Yeah, definitely was. Definitely the Air Force, right? This guy wanted to be a fighter pilot, something along those lines. And they're training the amount of work you had to do just to get in there.
Ridiculous.
So, anyway, one night comes out, this guy, and he would have been making good money on YouTube.
Oh, shit, yeah.
He was jacking off on Chatterbait.
That's right.
I fucking forgot about that site.
I was going to say,
Chatterbait. He was jacking off, and someone wrote in the chat, I fly Illini, ? And you can see this guy, like, he just goes, oh my fucking God. And he tries to play it cool and then ends the stream. Anyway, it's in the exact same room he does his videos. So someone screen records this, uploads it to YouTube or Reddit or
wherever it goes.
Maybe Skype back in the day. This video went nuts. And what the result from that was that someone took that video and sent it in to his commanding officers in the Air Force, and he lost everything, right? He lost everything. Right. His wife, I'm pretty sure his wife left him. So he had a wife, and then she found out about the Chatterbait thing, which I don't know if it's hard. I don't know if I could leave if it was the love of my life, leave them just for jacking off online. But I guess you could make a statement of it's cheating. I don't know. Yeah. That's a hard one. Anyway, lost his job. He can't be in the Air Force anymore because of what happened.
Is shattered.
Right. And I'm just thinking, imagine just trying to make a little extra money jacking off on camera, and the result is you lose your dream job and wife in a space of a week.
Yeah.
And then he lost. He didn't lose his YouTube channel, but he lost all the followers from it and all the views he was getting, because that's all he's known for now. And I think he's transitioned over to making music. Like, he tried making techno music and things like that. Because I searched him up. Like, we need to search him up again.
We do.
Actually.
I think we need to look up all these older people that we used to watch.
Oh, we do. It's good. I like doing that.
Just to deep dive and be like, what are they actually doing to themselves nowadays? Because even another one for me, which I swear he ended up just getting hella drunk and depressed, only used me Blade.
I keep up with that because the podcast I was in PKA, that was a crew that hanged out with him early days.
Because he was so good. I loved his stuff. And he was great on I can't even think of the podcast that he had with Keem.
I literally thought about this last night. I don't know why, but wasn't the Bad Kid podcast?
Yeah,
or the Bad something.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right, dude. And they had hilarious stories together.
They fucking did, bro. And he was amazing, but now I know he's overweight, but he's just like your casual big dude. Now he's skinny fat, like the unhealthy skinny fat. He's going to lose his leg because he's left it untreated for so long. He's got holes in his leg from he's full on a drunk alcoholic who clips get made of him all the time of him pissing himself, because he'll go on stream and the only way he can make money now is if you donate, I'll do a shot. If you donate, I'll do a shot. Things like that.
That's so sad.
So his life has plummeted.
Shit.
Plummeted.
Bloody hell.
That's a shame. Did you ever see I got to save this for next episode, actually.
Right.
We'll finish off one because you won't believe this if you haven't seen this Only Use Me Blade clip. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Morokai with 2 eyes. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next one.
Boom.
Boom.
I was about to say bye. I don't know why I did that.